Welcome to Chapter 3. When Krishna Gowda, who had lost everything after doing all kinds of business, brought the elephant here, everyone decided that his story was over. Everyone firmly believed that raising an elephant was a quick way to completely ruin the house, the monastery, and put dirt in the mouths of his wife and children, just like standing for elections. But the opposite happened. This elephant, who had been starving in the monastery and eating only dry grass and curd, was given everything, including greens, grass, jaggery, and potatoes, and Krishna Gowda grew it with great care. Krishna Gowda made a good profit from the rent he brought from the elephant tree. Krishna Gowda saw the face of money when the elephant came. But every summer, this elephant was a kind of guarantee. It is very difficult to say whether the elephant was doing something special or the people who were losing patience with the scorching sun were the reason for this. The elephant once there was a commotion that Sabi's box shop had been vandalized. I stopped my scooter and went to them. The elephant was standing next to the crowd. The people were listening to Raman's cries. He had vandalized the box shop for not giving bananas. He was shouting at the top of his voice that Krishna Gowda should pay for all this. He was showing the crowd the broken soda bottles, scattered bidi matches and peppermints. Some people were looking for him in the crowd, saying that it was wrong to blame the elephant and that the drunk Velayudan's disobedience was the reason for this. Before they could talk for a while, Velayuda came and shouted something in Malayalam to the elephant who was standing there with his head bowed. The elephant did not respond, but flapped his ears and looked around. Velayuda turned to Raman and said that the elephant vandalized your shop for bananas. It is a lie. The bananas were scattered everywhere. Did the elephant touch any of them? Dina gave it a banana and got it used to it. It shouted, "Who is it, me or you?" Everyone there seemed to have some sympathy for the elephant. Even after the arrival of Velayuda, the fight did not seem to be resolved. Raman said, "If you want, ask her what I did to the elephant." He pointed to Zubeda, who was standing there. Zubeda often came to work in my garden. Since I called her eyewitness, I asked, "Tell me what happened." Unfortunately, contrary to Raman's expectations, she said, "Raman, you should not say 2 words. What is he?" I asked him many times, but he never said. Why should I say something I shouldn't say now? Curious, I asked Raman to tell me who he was. Raman protested that he had not said anything and went to fight with Zubedal. Everyone said, even elephants have dignity, and accused Raman of having a personality. In the second summer, 4 wild elephants came to our garden from somewhere, and I didn't know at first that they had arrived. Because until then, I had never seen what kind of trouble wild elephants can cause. The water in the pipe that was installed in the house stopped flowing. I had installed a straight pipe on the slope of the hill next to the house to make water flow. Now frogs or water snakes were getting trapped in the pipe and the water was getting dirty. They were obstructing my path. Knowing that this might be the case, I looked along the pipe. A little further away, I saw that the path I had made to lay the pipe had collapsed and the pipes had crumbled and become buried in the pits. The pits were filled with water. I had no idea that elephants would create small wells in the wet ground if they stepped on it, or that the pipes would crumble and become buried in the ground. I kept wondering who had damaged my pipe like this until everyone shouted, "Enakata." I don't know exactly what harm these elephants have done to people. I didn't see any major damage except for the fence being damaged in many places and a broken pipe. However, there were reports that someone had run over a cyclist near Helicopter. They had entered a coffee plantation near Bidarali and threatened and disturbed the workers. Until my ecologist friend Prakash came to Madijir, people were grumbling about the threat of wild elephants. Prakash had come to survey the forests that would be submerged by the Upper Bhadra Dam. He gave a speech in Madijir and said that the reason why wild elephants were coming to the village and damaging people's rice crops was because the forest department was removing forest trees and planting trees that were not good for elephants, such as Nilgiri and acacia. This issue, which Prakash had mentioned in the middle of his speech, caused a big stir. They were all angry with the forest department, which had caused public anger in many ways by obstructing the transportation of sandalwood, harassing people for permits to transport wood, and obstructing hunting. All these workers joined the farmers' union movement and destroyed all the Nilgiri nurseries of the forest department and set fire to the office. Chapter 4 will be continued.